can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. What you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Won't you tell somebody the way that you feel? You can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I'd like to say to you, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Oh,
them old bad dreams been sleeping in your bed, and them old dark clouds been hanging around your head. But all your hard times will vanish in the wind when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. those old raindrops are fading from your eyes. Oh, Mr. Sun will shine on us again when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, let your love seize us, Jesus. Oh, let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, please let your love seize us, Jesus. Oh, let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, won't you let your love seize us, Jesus? Oh, let us find sweet peace within.
Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
To you. Good morning. Good morning.
Give God
I guess you do now.
kiss an angel good
I opened the wrong one.
and let her know you think
Good morning,
about her
Frank.
when you're
Good morning.
Good morning, America, how are you?
Good morning, stars.
Good morning there, Chris Taylor.
Yeah. Good morning, Chris.
You know, Chris can send me some artesian bread. That'd be good for my diet. Humidity free, so it doesn't weigh you down. I wonder where Dooley is this morning. You might have to hit that. You might have to hit that rooster again. Do they still build ringtones? I guess they still build ringtones, right? You ought to build one with them roosters.
Yeah, I should.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure to be with everybody this morning,
It's
even
Monday.
in the
Yes.
destruction of Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. Our hearts are definitely heavy this morning for the.
Cindy, how
for
far are
South
you
Texas.
from? How far are
I'm
you from
quite a
all that?
ways. I mean, I'm 10 hours from Houston,
Okay.
so I'm yes.
But
We
y'all
won't
aren't
even get
expecting
any-
no rain up that way, right?
No,
Going east of you, I believe.
Well, it's kind of interesting that our rain is we've been having so much, but ours is kind of dissipated, and we may have a little bit this afternoon, but it's all going, I believe, east, so it's not
Yeah,
coming.
I think we're expecting
My way.
a
I think
tropical
you may get
storm
something
tomorrow
from
or
it.
Wednesday or something. Who knows?
Well, and they're saying this flood is not just the flood of the century. It's like, it's what is it, it's like 500 years. that
500,
they've had a
right.
flood like this, yeah.
Well, they said the worst ain't even there yet. Today and tomorrow,
No.
I guess.
No, and I have two cousins that have been out on a cruise for the last
Oh
week.
yeah,
and
wasn't they supposed to come into Galveston or
Well,
something? Or
Well, they were supposed to come into Galveston yesterday, but this morning they're going to try and come into New Orleans. But we'll see if they can. It's flooding and
Over there
raining
too,
there,
right.
so we'll see if they can get a car because they left their vehicle in Galveston. Of course, they won't be able to get there. So hopefully they can get back to Dallas. We'll see. But they're safe. I mean, they're fine. They're safe.
Oh yeah, they're on one of the big boats.
Right. I'm concerned. All these people that I don't know if you saw the picture yesterday of the nursing home where the people were in water.
Yeah, I saw it. That just brought me to a whole new atmosphere. You look like you're disturbed this morning. Are you disturbed?
I'm always disturbed.
Oh, okay. Is it because of the traffic pattern or something? I look, my phone rings. I look at the clock. It's 10 minutes till. I said, I know who this is Monday morning. Maybe next week I'll get I'll get it from a helicopter.
Well,
I'm on my way.
if I leave my house at like 6 o'clock, I can get here in 20 minutes.
Right.
I left at 7, 5 minutes to 7, and I don't think I'm here yet. I think I'm still out there in traffic.
That's that tunnel.
Oh my goodness.
That's them tunnels.
And then, of course,
If you'd move out of Portsmouth over here to Virginia Beach, like I've been telling you for years, you wouldn't have a problem.
whatever. I'll make it.
But he's here. The main thing is you're here now. You need some coffee.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. And I hadn't
Yeah.
even had time to get any.
Our coffee maker's off for a couple of days here. So.
Yeah, he sure is. Well, at any rate, we are here. The program is called Morning Sunshine. This is the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network. The time is 8:24 on the East Coast of the United States of America. That means it's something 24 wherever you are. And we have listeners coming in from all over the country. And on our radio side, we have them coming in from all over the world. Let's just take a look and see. We got, I see Tony Brown's come in this morning. He's in the chat.
Good morning.
And those of you who are listening on, there's Sarah Robinson. And those of you who are listening on radio, we have a Facebook page up. You can go to Smallest Gifts. Just use the @ Smallest Gifts. It'll take you right to it. You can watch us on the radio. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook that think this is a TV show, it's actually a radio show.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have a nice, beautiful backdrop and all that kind of stuff. We just kind of have a radio station. And so we're going out across our distributor out of Manchester, England.
Let me tell you something to think about next year. I meant to tell you this yesterday. I went to an event Saturday over here in Bayside. It was around Lake Edward. I guess it's their big community annual barbecue.
Yeah.
There'd have been 2,000 people out there. I mean, it was so cool to see all them kids and the time they were having and all the food and the music. And we need to go out there and broadcast next year.
Yeah, we need to start doing some remotes.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be. Well, speaking of broadcasting, let's get some music underway. We'll do a little station break. We'll be right back with some music. And
hi, folks. I'm Marty Raven of the country music group Shenandoah, and you're listening to the Smallest Gifts Radio Network on SGBN.
well,
You want me to sing a Shenandoah song or something?
you can. I hit the button and it's not going anywhere, so we'll have
right.
to try another one.
Yeah, all right, Cindy, you're up.
Here's Jeremy Calloway with a remake of the old Styx song, Show Me the Way.
Every night I say a prayer, and I'm sure God is listening. Oftentimes I'm so confused watching saints turn into sinners. All the heroes and legends I knew as a child have fallen to idols of clay. And I feel this empty place inside, so afraid that I'll lose my faith. Show me the way, show me the way. Take me tonight to the river and wash my confusion away. Lord, show me the way. And as I slowly drift to sleep for a moment, dreams are sacred. I close my eyes and pray for peace in a world so filled with hatred. Then I wake up each morning
Jeremy Calloway here on the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network. Morning Sunshine with Mark and Cindy, and of course Frank, our producer and our colleague.
What a way to wake up.
Yeah.
What a way to get your morning started listening
You know, I
to
just
Jeremy.
figured out that's an old Styx song.
I just said
Yeah.
it. I just introduced it that way.
Isn't that crazy? Well, I didn't even hear you. I wasn't listening, but
Yeah.
when I was sitting here listening to it, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's Styx.
Yeah. Well, that's Calloway, but
Right.
The entire album is pop song, or kind of pop songs.
It is. The whole thing is.
Yeah.
Well, we're liking and sharing, and that's what we'd ask you to do. We're not just sitting around here playing with our phones. We're liking and sharing and inviting people to come. And so as we're doing that, we're going to go to another song right now. It's a kind of a hot number we produced on the Palmetto State Quartet back a few years ago for a Winona Judd Christmas tour where they were out touring with Winona. And here they are, the Palmetto State Quartet. Children, go where I send thee.
Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How am I gonna send thee one by one? One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. The children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How am I gonna send thee two by two? Two for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. The children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How am I gonna send thee three by three? Three for the Hebrew children, two for Paul and Silas, one for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? How am I gonna send thee four by four? Four for the four that stood at the door. Three for the Hebrew children. Two for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem.
Oh, children, go where I send thee. How should I send thee?
Well, I'm gonna send thee five by five for the gospel preacher. Four for the four that stood at the door. Three for the Hebrew children. Two for Paul and Silas. One for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem.
My children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee?
Well, I'm gonna send the 6 by 6, 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fixed. 5 from the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door. 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Oh, children, go where I send thee. How will I send thee? I'm gonna send the 7 by 7, 7 for the 7 that couldn't get to heaven, 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fit, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, and 2 for Paul and Silas, hey, 1 for the little bitty baby, born by the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. Well, children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 8 by 8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that couldn't get to heaven, 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fixed, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby, born of the Virgin Mary. Born in Bethlehem. The children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Well, that's how the whole thing started. 876543218. For 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for 7 that couldn't get in, 6 for 6 that couldn't get big, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas. Well, 1 for the little bitty baby, born of the
35 minutes past the hour here on the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network, SGBN. The program is Morning Sunshine with Mark and Cindy, along with Frank.
Yeah, that's a good song. Mark, are you sure you didn't write that one?
Yeah, I didn't write that. That's older than Methuselah right there.
I know, but, you know, it must have been, influenced you, because that sounds like something you would have written.
Well, I produced it and did the arrangement on it. So.
I mean, I love that song. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a great one. Hey, we want to say good morning to Tony Brown, and he made a comment. Tony made a comment about he has some friends in Iran, where did he say it was? In Port Aransas. Yeah, so close friends there. Okay. And one of the places he had lived in South Texas actually was hit the hardest.
Oh, my.
That is personal when you know people that have, you know, you've lived in a place like that. It would be hard to see it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, we'd like to take this opportunity to tell you about something. Those of you who are listening, those of you who have an interest, we can take Smallest Gifts on the road. We would like to come to your area where you are and come and broadcast live from your place, whether it's your church, whether it's your civic group, or whatever it is, and bring you some music and come and just be a part of you and your activities and let the world get a little more information about Smallest Gifts. So if you'd like to reach out to us, you can touch us on our Facebook page there, and we can,
My pretty face gets to go?
Huh?
My pretty face gets to go?
I guess.
All right, good. Yeah. I'm a big celebrity now.
You can carry all the equipment. You can be the roadie, Frank.
Wait till you get my contract.
Yeah. Frank decided he's going to help move in equipment. And he went, bless him, Lord.
That goes over there.
Yeah. That's Frank. Good grief. Well, we're going to go to a song.
How was y'all's weekend? Or how was your weekend?
You want me to start with mine?
Yeah.
Well, Frank,
I wasn't here
remember
Friday.
Frank was over getting his chest mashed.
Yeah, he was in the ER Friday.
Ooh, let me
Got
tell you
kicked
something.
in the chest by a mule.
I sure did. I thought a Clydesdale done got me good. It took me right out the game.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
they
goodness.
said it wasn't nothing. So, well, actually, it was air, I guess, or gas or something.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you see us with our cell phones in our hands like this. If you would take a minute, just reach down and hit your share and invite and like button. We've been running a couple thousand people per program throughout the morning just on our main page. And if you share it and put it across your page, that helps get the word out. And that's very important for us, spreading the program and getting the message about Smallest Gifts out and entertaining you and giving you a little time to get your life up and running in the morning. Got a really nice comment from someone who had shared us across the Leon Russell page and got a beautiful comment about the song People Get Ready. And so I corresponded some back and forth with them about being the producer and all that kind of stuff. And this is where T. Graham Brown, off of the T. Graham Brown Forever Changed album, where we had on this particular record, we had Leon Russell along with Jason Crabb and the Oak Ridge Boys. And we're going to play that for you now, the old classic, People Get Ready.
There's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. Now all you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord.
People get ready. There's a train a-comin'. You don't need no ticket. You just get on board.
People get ready for the train to Jordan. It's picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is a key. Open the doors and board 'em. There's hope for all through the Holy Ghost.
just to say he's on. Have pity on those whose chances grow much thinner. There is no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. People get ready. There's a train coming. Listen real close, you can hear that train coming. And you don't have to have no suitcase. You don't have to have no suitcase. Listen to the diesels coming your way. Gonna go see the. Come on, get on. You know it was good and faithful, and God said, I am well pleased. Oh, I'm well pleased in you, boy. Go ahead and preach it. You know he rode in on a donkey, but he gonna come back on a white stallion. You know his tongue is a double-edged sword, and it cuts both ways. Yeah, the truth cuts both ways. Oh, that's good now. There's a train coming. Oh, yeah. Ooh. People get ready. There's a train coming. Oh, it's coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board, yeah. You just thank the Lord. You can't hide, you can't run. Oh, yeah. There's no place to go. You might as well go on to glory. Right, when God called you, you need to go on to glory. Hallelujah. Don't need no ticket at all. You just thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank the Lord.
I thought I was going the other night.
You thought the train got you, didn't you?
Yep, I got on the train.
We have a very special guest on the phone right now.
Cindy.
Yeah.
We have Cindy, and we have...
The Bubba.
Hey, Pastor Bubba, I'm here.
We have
listening.
Bubba live from Florida, our embedded
Yes.
correspondent.
He taking
That's
Nick's
right.
job.
What are you doing?
I'm coming to you live from the International John Maxwell Certification Team. I'm officially now a certified coach and public speaker, believe it or not. And we've had a ball. There's some great-minded people down here, and just a lot of time to reflect and, of course, pour into myself so I can pour in and add value to other people around us. So we've been having a great time. And Mark, my prayer is with the folks over there in Houston and the folks. This hurricane's really hitting. We already have Rubicon that's on their way in. Brandon's on his way to Houston now, and so Team Rubicon will be there. I'm sure we'll be going to Cook and be praying for the people in the low-lying areas around Houston, the small communities that really, hopefully, they're not overlooked, and we think about them also.
Yeah, no kidding.
For sure.
Well,
For sure.
And, Cindy, I've met folks that know you here. They're from Lubbock, Texas, and they listen to your music, and I told them about the station, so I'm so excited.
Well, she's up for that Peace Award, too, now.
Yeah, Cindy's up for the Global Peace Awards, and that means I get a piece of that action since I'm the producer.
Amen.
So I guess I'm up for one, too, right?
Right. Well, I was, Mark, I know that you're known. It says, was in the restroom and it said Carmen was here.
It said what? It said what?
Carmen was here.
Oh, no.
Didn't leave a phone number, did it?
I said that about Bubba. When I was in the White House, I said, yeah, I went over in the little bathroom off beside on the Oval Office, and I saw a thing etched in the walls, and Bubba was here. Oh, my goodness. Well, here's a song I'd like to send out to all the fine folks down around the Gulf of Mexico. It's another song by T. Graham Brown. It's called Out of the Rain.
Amen.
Well, I'm out of the rain. Now I'm under the shelter. I've been so long, well, where the sun don't shine. I've been standing at the crossroads. You know, I could have gone either way. But now I found you, and the storm is behind. Out of the rain, under the shelter, I've been so long where the sun don't shine. Standing at the crossroads, I could have gone either way, but now that I found you, and the storm is behind. Out of the rain, I'm out of the over the wall, I'm out in the open. I'm back on the right track. Yeah, I'm feeling no pain. Oh, you took a sparrow and let it fly with the eagle. I can see a long way. Well, I'm feeling love again. You know I'm out of the rain, out of the rain, yeah. There was a time I was taking no prisoners. I was standing with a cold heart. I was standing alone. It took your sweet love to pull me out of a canyon. I'm thinking I can make it. I feel like I belong, yes I do. Oh, I'm out of the rain, out of the rain, yes. Out of the rain, out of the rain, out of the rain. Oh, I'm under the shelter. I've been so long where the sun don't shine. Standing at the crossroads, I could have gone either way, but now I found you, and the storm is behind. Yes, I'm out of the rain.
And that takes us up to 10 minutes before the hour. That means it's 8:50 here on the East Coast of the United States of America, and over in Lubbock, where Cindy is, that means it's 7:50, and it's something 50 wherever you are. And we have Pastor Bubba on the phone from Florida.
Well, Pastor Bubba had to go, and he
Oh, he
told me
did?
to tell you guys that he would catch up with you later, but he had to scoot.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was going to hang out for a while. He must have just dropped in to say howdy. Well, speaking
He
of
did.
dropping in to say howdy, let me just, this don't have anything to do with dropping in to say howdy, but let me just kind of hip you on something. I've had a lot of people that have really been, pressing into this record. We've been playing like 2 songs back to back off the same album. That right there, that song has got such a groove on it. I think I would like to right now kind of let everybody know something about when we did that and the players on it. That bass line that's laid down there is Dave Hungate.
Want that one? That
Yeah.
You just played?
Yeah.
Them girls can blow, boy.
Yeah, I know it. But that was Dave Hungate on the bass from the Dave's played
incredible.
on 9 million records and movie scores and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album or movie or whatever, all that stuff. And he is the bass player from the supergroup Toto, and so Hungate's playing on there. That's and we had when we tracked it, we had both Brent Mason and James Mitchell playing electric guitar on the session, and that was like having one fire hydrant and 2
Wow.
dogs. 2 dogs, 1 fire hydrant, and
my goodness.
I mean, it was like I'll show you. Oh, really? Let me show you. And then, of course, we had a third guitar player come in on that particular song, and that's Steve Cropper from the Blues Brothers band. That's Eric Darkin. He is the percussionist for Jimmy Buffett's band and plays percussion on all millions of records. Pat Coyle, and if you just Google Pat Coyle, and you'll see he's played on every record in the world, and he tours with Michael McDonald. That's Pat on the Hammond organ. Gary Prim on piano. I'm leaving out some. Bruce Watkins on acoustic guitar, and gosh, I can't even. Scott Williamson on drums. I mean, we had about a dozen
Whole
people.
orchestra.
Yeah, we had a dozen people when we were tracked. And
Any horns on
well, we
that?
brought the horns back in on a second layer, and then that's Hungate's also playing trombone in the horn section.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh, my goodness.
I got Hungate playing the bass and had him come in and play trombone with the horn section. The horns were arranged by Jim Horn, who has done horns for, everybody that there is. But no wonder that record sounds so good. We had some of the greatest musicians on the planet. We had what I think is the best blue-eyed soul singer to stand in front of a microphone, T. Graham Brown. And then we had Angie Prim and Gail Mays, and I think that's Gerard singing with the third part with the background singers. But, man, I'm telling you what, they laid it over, didn't they? Out of
They
the
had a
rain.
pretty good producer, too.
Yeah,
they,
well,
they
thank
had
you.
a pretty good producer.
Yeah, I saw him. He sat around there and just said, "Do that."
Yeah.
Let me hear some of this.
Yeah, I wish it was that way sometimes, but it's not. All right, we're going to move on to a song by Jeff Seidel called Kyrie. It's an old remake of a Mr. Mister tune. Kyrie eleison. It means, Lord have mercy on the road that I must travel. Kyrie eleison. Here's Jeff Seidel.
The wind blows hard against this mountainside, across the sea into my soul. It reaches into where I cannot hide, setting my feet upon the road. My heart is old, it holds my memories. My body burns a gem like flame. Somewhere between the soul and soft machine is where I find myself again. Kyrie eleison down the road that I must travel. Kyrie eleison through the darkness of the night. Kyrie eleison where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie eleison on a highway in the night. When I was young, I thought of growing old, of what my life would mean to me.
Jeff Seidel with Kyrie Lason right here on SGBN, the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network. The program is Morning Sunshine. We're almost at the top of the hour right now where we're going to hear that old rooster crow and get you woken up on the West Coast and all around the world. That's a cool gig there, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Well, you know what? I think it's an appropriate time to do this right here. What's the weather where you are? In Virginia Beach, it's 74 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Woo-hoo.
Today we're going to have a high of 78 and a low of 72. I think we already got that. Let's see here if I can get this thing to move. And in Nashville, I'm sorry, in the Philippines, we have 83 degrees and raining, as always.
And dark.
Yeah, it's dark over there. UV index is 0 because it's the middle of the night. 74 degrees in Nashville right now. With your high today is going to be 82 and your low 66. Get your jackets out. Mm-hmm. Lubbock, Texas is 67 degrees. 83 will be your high. 57 tonight where you are, Cindy.
Oh, wow.
Mount Holly, North Carolina, 66 degrees, 79 for an anticipated high, and 66 for the low. You got it right now. 70 degrees in Nocona, Texas. Your low tonight will be 61 out there on the lake, and it's 86 degrees is be your anticipated high. In Portsmouth, Virginia, 74 degrees right now with an anticipated high of 77 and a low of 70 degrees. And that's the weather where we are. What do you got in Mesa, Arizona this morning? You got Chris's weather up there?
Yeah, here we go. It's 84 is the high. 109 will be, well, wait a minute. It's 84 right now. I guess the high will be 109. Humidity. 109 humidity. I don't know how he wrote this.
Well,
39 winds.
It's going to be hot in Mesa, Arizona today.
Yeah, hot as usual.
I see Bubba has joined us now. Pastor Bubba has joined us in the chat room. He's down there getting
At
smart.
Disney World, Disneyland, wherever it is, Disney World.
He's down there getting smarter. But that's the weather where you are, and we're glad to have you. It's the top of the hour, and guess what? It's time to let the old rooster crow.
All right, Matt Dooley, get out of bed.
Get up, get up, get up.
Thanks for waking
Kelly,
up with us.
get up out of that bed out there on the West Coast.
You'll call her right out like you usually do.
We haven't seen you. Get up here, get on the radio. Get the chickens fed, get the hogs slopped, milk the cow.
Get that bacon fried.
Get in, get that apron on, woman. Cindy's giggling, did you hear?
Yeah, I heard her.
Yes.
She's changing her curlers.
Did you ever notice how if you say to a guy, you say, "Hey, man, what's going on?" But you say, "Hey, woman, what are you doing?" They don't like it. Woman, what are you doing?
You won't be having breakfast this morning unless you make it yourself.
There's old Starshine. She's out there on the phone. Cindy brings joy to me every single day.
I can tell you got the timeout right in front of you, so he's prepared, Cindy.
I got it. I'm ready. Actually, we've all been behaving really well this morning. Ricky's not here getting everybody all tore up.
Blame it on Ricky. Let us remind you, just it only takes 2-3 seconds to hit your like. Give us a little comment. We like to read your comments.
Yeah.
And then hit your share button and share this around with your friends and neighbors and family.
Exactly. And this morning, before we turned the top of the hour, we had over 1,000 people in the room this morning, just on the main
that's
page.
wonderful.
Yeah. As we
That's
turned the
wonderful.
hour, we had over 1,000. Here's a song by yours truly called "Somebody Who Will Die for You."
He was begging at the mini mart. Who'd have thought he had a purple heart? Scars underneath his bearded chin. You probably don't remember him, 'cause you were running 20 minutes late, and he was only getting in your way when you brushed by that wounded soul last Thursday afternoon. You met somebody who would die for you. The phone rang late last night. Why, who would call it such a crazy time? Getting kids into bath and bed. Ain't talks about all you said. All he wanted was a Saturday, a little conversation down at Baker's Cafe.
You weren't thinking when you told your dad, call back in a week or two. But you hurt somebody who would die for you. Somebody who cared so much, he'd gladly give it all up if that's what he had to do. It runs deeper than flesh and blood. Heaven knows no greater love than the sacrifice he'd make to see you through. Somebody who would die for you. Just another Colorado day. Morning practice for the high school play. When out of nowhere the bullets came fast, shattered more than the library glass. They asked, did she believe in your name? She didn't even hesitate. God, I can't help wondering what I would do if I'd been in her shoes. Would I be somebody who would die for you? Somebody who cared so much, they'd gladly give it all up if it's what they had to do. It runs deeper than flesh and blood. Heaven knows no greater love than the sacrifice you made to see us through. You died for me. Now would I be somebody who would die for you? It's 5 minutes after 7 on the West Coast. You better get up. No, it's 5 minutes after 6. 5 minutes after 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
5
'cause
minutes after 7 Mountain Time.
just 'cause it's our lunchtime, don't we?
Yeah.
5 after 6.
It's 9:05 here on
It
the
sounds like it's coffee
East
time.
Coast of
It's
the
not
United
even
States.
lunchtime. It's coffee time.
Well, it took me 3 days to get here this morning.
Coffee, what is
Indeed.
that?
I bet I bet I drove. I bet I don't even want to talk about it. Just get me all tore up. Here's a song by Melora called To You. That'll get you woke up. Clap your hands, sing along.
Clothed in glory, wrapped in splendor, who is like the Lord our God? Great in mercy, love unfailing, who is like the Lord our God? To you I sing praises, to you I
That's Melora from down around Kings Mountain, North Carolina.
That's a gorgeous one, too.
Yeah,
We've
it
got
is,
lots
isn't
of
it?
good music. What a way to wake up this morning.
I'm telling you. Get you all woke up and get your blood stirring. All
Yeah.
that. It's 9 after the hour. Still don't see Kelly. Where is Kelly?
Well, she moved.
She moved a week ago, and then she's getting ready for a
Tour.
they're having a big concert for their new CD release concert. They've been practicing for that. She's been busy.
I know. I just like teasing her, though.
She loves it, and we love Kelly.
Who else do we know on the West Coast that's up and chat with us this morning?
They're in
What
the
about
bed
the
at
comment?
6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we
I
do
know.
hit the rooster again.
They won't wake up. They won't hear it.
Yeah. Why hasn't? We need to talk to Heath. We need to call him.
Oh, Monday he's doing his
Monday,
Bible
you do
study,
Bible.
remember?
Yeah, is that somebody on your phone?
No. We're going to listen to Cindy sing Wayfaring Stranger right now.
I am a poor, wayfaring stranger while traveling through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. I know dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beautiful fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed the vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, just a poor, wayfaring stranger. Wayfaring stranger.
That's one of our most requested songs right there. Poor Wayfaring Stranger by Cindy Hewlett.
Who's playing the banjo on that? Bruce Watkins?
Hang on a minute. Something's messed up here. I'm not getting you through the system. I think I've got you on the speakerphone. Say that again.
Bruce played the banjo.
Yeah, that's Bruce playing banjo.
And we even have accordion on that song. There's
Mhm.
everything was thrown into that.
Yeah.
Our hillbilly orchestra.
Yeah, that's the old hillbilly orchestra.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
It is, isn't it?
Cindy, did you see a little post I made this morning about Mark's front door?
No. What'd
Oh
you
yeah,
do?
he's got a little West Virginia front door ringer. Did you see? it?
I'll have to go.
I didn't
no,
see
I'll
it.
have to go look
What's
at
a-
that.
Called a
I haven't seen
redneck
it.
door ringer. It's
What
a
is
mouse
it?
trap on a front door.
Oh.
Hit
Oh,
mouse.
oh, that's funny.
Said, we'll hear you. We'll hear you hollering.
That's funny.
Hey, it's almost 15 minutes past the hour. If you're supposed to get up and go to work, get out of the bed. It's
Yeah, you
6.
gotta get up.
Yeah, if you're on the West Coast, it's 6:15, and it's 9:15 on the East Coast of the United States of
There
America.
she is. There she is.
Kelly, we've been talking you up all morning,
yes.
wondering where you were.
Oh,
We've been
we
looking
love
for you.
Kelly. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We've been looking for Kelly all morning long. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go straight to Kinsey with What the World Needs Now.
I look around at all the faces and I see all the lonely people looking back at me. Rich, poor, no matter, we're all the same. Everybody's hungry in a different way. We're crawling and climbing and kicking and screaming and fighting, but really what the world needs now is love. Love and only love. A little gift from up above, sent to make a better day. Let's come together, let our difference down, spread it all around. That's what the world needs now. La 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 la. Sometimes all it takes is just a smile to change somebody's weather, chase the clouds out of the sky. Sometimes you gotta give and not receive. Sometimes you gotta live what you believe. Open your eyes, 'cause that's where it starts, right here with you. But really what the world needs now is love. Love and only love. A little gift from up above, sent to make a better day. Let's come together, let our difference down, spread it all around. That's what the world needs now. Nobody likes the cold. We all need someone to hold. No one wants to be alone. What the world needs now is love. Love and only love. A little gift from up above, sent to make a better day. Let's come together, let our difference down, spread it all around. That's what the world needs now. Love and only love. A little gift from up above, sent to make a better day. Let's come together, let our difference down, spread it all around. That's what the world needs
And
That's my
Miss-
girl there.
That's Kinsey.
Just to
What
remind
an
you, Kenzie's
appropriate-
got her own program, Kenzie Walker's Power Hour, at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. every day here on W.
On W.
W.
You flipped back in
I'm back
time,
in,
didn't
yeah,
you?
I'm back in radio now
You went back in time.
at SGBN.
That's great.
WINO,
W-
Wino Radio.
Wino Radio. Hey, listen, you know something I was just thinking about?
It's hard to tell.
Well, I mean, Houston's really on my mind and all this destruction going on down
Yeah.
there and stuff, but you know what? I haven't seen anything on the Houston livestock rodeo arena, which I'm sure that's probably affected. But what about all the cattle and stuff?
Well, speaking of that, Christopher Taylor sent me a private message and showed me a video where they're driving the cattle out, taking care of them. So
And
they
the
that
horses
has
and
been
cattle and
addressed.
all that stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah, taking them to higher ground.
cool. Okay.
Hell, we need to play higher ground this morning.
Yeah, we'll play higher ground later. Yeah, we'll do that.
And you know that's you know when we went to Beeville, I guess that's really affected down in Beeville. You know, my mother was born in Corpus Christi, which is
Oh,
right
really?
there. Yeah. So all that area down there, and then when we went to San Antonio and got in a limo, went down to Beeville, Texas for Ricochet.
Wow.
That was a long ride.
Yeah.
You ain't lying. It was a long
We thought
ride.
like it'd be an hour. They could carry us about an hour.
Well, they picked us up in
no.
San
When-
Antonio in a limo to go see this band, and
We had that wine and stuff back there.
We're figuring we're going across town, and so Frank looks, and there's a whole thing of condiments and everything. This is back in our Indian fighting days,
late 80s.
So Frank and I get off into firewater. We think we're gonna have a drink on the and get to this. By the time we get 5 hours to Beeville,
A day later,
Yeah.
they dump us out of the limousine.
yeah, we're getting ready to get out and build a teepee. I mean,
The Pride of Texas shows. I'll never forget that.
Pride of Texas.
They
show.
had the
I remember-
biggest. They had the biggest smoked turkey legs I've
They
ever seen in
look
my
like
life.
pterodactyl legs, man.
They're good. Yeah, those are good. We have them
Yeah,
at the state
look,
fairs. Yeah.
I remember Ed Burlingame owned Pride of Texas shows. I remember Burlingame called me one Sunday morning. I don't know if you remember this. He called me. He said, he's crying. You can hear him crying. Burlingame's one of these guys that cussed with every breath. But he's crying. I said, Ed, are you okay? He said, there's a storm blew in here, and I looked, my Ferris wheel's rolling down the midway. You remember that?
Yeah.
Gonna cost me $1 million.
goodness.
My Ferris wheel's running down the midway. Oh my goodness.
goodness.
Let me pull us out of this. Here's Ray Price with this song, I Believe. I like to play it every day.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe, I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know why. I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know why. I believe.
Hey, we're getting messages from some of you that we're having technical difficulties with you being able to see us, that the cameras are frozen, but it's not universal because I'm seeing it move.
Right, it's
Yeah.
moving all here.
Sometimes you need to
Yeah.
right. Sometimes you need to refresh. Sometimes you need to just close it and then click back on, and that will do it.
Good morning, Ron Hoban. Which way does the wind blow? We've been working on a new song that None of us can get it out of our heads. So.
Somebody asked about that earlier on here.
What?
You're gonna debut it on here or something.
Really?
Yeah, one of the first messages up top.
Someone did.
I don't know who it was. Who was it? Do you remember?
Somebody has heard it on your Facebook.
Oh, we're gonna cut that bad boy. We're just throwing demos out there, seeding the audience. We're gonna cut that. We got the lyrics all cleaned up on it, man. It's
you
really
just like
good.
to tease them, don't you? You just like to tease your audience.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's gonna be fun. We'll get it done here, and so anyway, it's 9:25, and I see it must be back because people are signing back in. We had people dropping like flies a while ago.
Well, and I think your CPU is running at 80-something%, 90%. So
yeah,
it might be the system's a little slow. Who knows?
Who knows? We're pushing so much through it, all this video and audio and going to radio and all the O's and any kind of O you can think of, we're pushing it through there. But so far this morning, let me double check. So far this morning, we've had about coming up on 1,500 people come through the main program this morning just on the Facebook page.
We're at a flash flood watch
here
till 8 p.m. August 29th.
Really?
Here or tomorrow?
Yeah, it just come up.
That's tomorrow.
Wow.
From Wavy.
August 29th is tomorrow.
Yeah. From now till then. Until
really?
then.
Is it raining?
It's supposed to today.
Oh, well. It'll do it. Here's Demetrius Stallings with I've Seen What He Can Do.
I was tugging her bed, and it caught me by surprise when a little girl asked me, what does God look like? I smiled and laughed a little, leaned over for a kiss, said, baby, I don't know, but I can tell you this. I've been to the ocean, stood on a mountain, I've seen a sunset burn with the sky blue, stared up at the starlight, got lost in the midnight. I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do. Yes. Well, I thought about these wonders around us every day. The stuff that if you let it will take your breath away. I've also found His glory shining from within the heart of the sinner who's just been born again. And I've been to the river, watched souls going under. Forgiveness washed them clean, the mercy made them new. Gone is the old man, and I can tell you firsthand, I've never seen the face of God, but I see what He can do. Oh, but now I don't need a picture. Somehow this world helps me see Him clearer. 'Cause I walked in the valley, cried out of sorrow, and I can tell you every fire He has brought me through. And I know Him better, and I will love Him forever. I've never seen the face of God. No, I've never seen the
That is the beautiful and talented and very sweet Demetrius Stallings.
That is absolutely
That's something else, isn't it?
beautiful. It is.
Remind me to say that about Cindy next time.
What?
That is the very talented and sweet and
No, you don't
crisp
need to
and
say
lovable.
I say it about Cindy all the time.
that. Yes, you do.
Hi, we're the Oak Ridge Boys, and you're listening to the Smallest Gift Radio Network on SGBN.
And all I hear, Cindy, is you sitting around them curlers and that robe on and toothpicks hanging out your mouth.
I'd like to.
No, my dentures. You talk about, or my dentures.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, dentures.
Dip and
Or my
snuff.
teeth in.
Dipping. I would like to point out that's the first time in about a week I've been able to get the Oak Ridge Boys promo for us across without Ricky talking on top of it.
That's funny.
Oh, Ricky, I miss him already. 2 days off and I already miss him. He ain't even been gone an hour, 2 hours.
I'm telling you.
But he'll be back Wednesday. Maybe.
Oh,
Well,
well.
we had a fun. Yesterday, I've got to tell you a cute little story.
All right.
We went to eat lunch, and there's a place we like to go that's usually not crowded. But yesterday, there was not a place to sit. So there were two older ladies that we used to go to church with. So we know them, and they were like, "Oh, look, we have 2 extra seats. Please sit by us." So we sat with them. And one is 85 and one is 86, and they're both widowed. And it's just so fun to listen to their stories. And especially if you live in West Texas or in the country, this one lady was telling stories. She started talking about snakes. And the other lady was like, "Why are you talking about things like this while we're eating?" But anyway, it was so funny. So she was talking about a time they were working in their garden, and the men were gone, and one of her sister-in-law or friend or someone screamed. And there were 6 snakes in this garden, and she took her hoe and just chopped them to pieces. So she said when the men got back, when her husband, when they came back, they laid them out on a fence or something. And she asked him, "What kind were they?" And he says, "Well, I don't know. You didn't leave any head." I mean, she chopped their heads off. So she said this was really funny. So she was out not long after that. She was in her garden, and she was she was in a flower bed pulling some weeds. And she pulled a weed up, and she pulled a snake up with it, which I can't imagine. I'd be screaming. So she said she went in the house, and she found a pair of scissors, and she cut the head off. And so when her husband came home, she was like, "What kind of snake is this?" And I just thought that's so funny. I can't imagine people doing that today.
Do you know what was
hilarious.
made for snakes?
What?
Gasoline.
Do you burn them?
Frank hates snakes worse than anything.
Oh, you wouldn't want to live you wouldn't want to live around here.
Oh no,
Snakes.
I'd be pouring gas and lighting them everywhere I went around there.
Were you with me when I bit that snake?
No, I've seen you bite many a fish.
Yeah.
I was with you when you come
You
running out of
bit
that
a snake,
house
Mark?
with John crossing the car. With that pillowcase with the baseball glove in it.
It was. I think I had a fan belt or something in it. And I come out there running out of the house. Told him I found a snake in the house. John pulled his gun, almost shot me.
Frank, now you would not like this. Growing up in the country before we had to have septic tanks, we would just have a cesspool. Well, little visitors would come up and visit you during the night or they would come up through your toilet. That happened. So you would probably have not liked that. But
I
it
would
doesn't
be
happen
755 pounds right now.
If Frank never would go to the toilet.
I got up one morning to put my tennis shoes on or to go walking, and there was a nice snake curled up in my shoe. So, yeah, I
At your house?
I don't like snakes. In my house. Oh, they knew how to get in. These old country houses, farmhouses, they could find ways in. It doesn't take much space for a snake.
I think I'm going to bypass this trip here in September.
Oh, Nakona,
A for me.
Speaking of Nakona, the poisonous, the copperheads are really, really bad. this year.
Yeah, copperheads and rattlers and all that.
Yeah, I'd stay home. I got stuff going on anyway.
You should have seen Frank. We're in Guatemala going through the jungle. Frank, we're in Guatemala going through the jungle, and every step Frank's taking, he's like looking for snakes. And I told him, Frank, there's no snakes right here. If I see snakes right here, they'd have ate them.
That's funny.
And then we get back to the street after we've been traipsing around through the street. I shouldn't say a street. We get back to this, what was supposed to be a road that was a vertical thing, almost straight up and down. And we get back there, and as we get back to the ride, we look. There's a snake skin about 8 feet long.
Oh.
I've done told him, Frank, there's no snakes up in here. We're up here running around the jungle in the dark.
That's why I ain't going to the Philippines. Because you lie.
Isn't that good stuff?
That is, yeah.
Do you remember, what was her name? That in Carolina that read our thing that time?
Oh, Paula.
Yeah. And she told me that, in my former life, I was a shaman and I was killed and bit by a snake.
It's this old gal we knew back then. She was a soothsayer. I tell you what, man, it's Frank and I. We've come a long way.
Yeah, you look at salvation in the dictionary, you see Biden Carmen's picture side by side. He just pulled us through.
Good grief. You ain't lying, man. Let's go to B.J. Thomas again. We'll play it on this side. I love this song. The mighty clouds of joy come shining through. It don't matter. Goodbye.
Them old bad dreams been sleeping in your bed, and them old dark clouds been hanging around your head. But all your hard times will vanish in the wind when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Holy Jesus, let your love seize us. Oh, let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah, happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Those old storm clouds are slowly drifting by, and those old raindrops are fading from your eyes. Oh, Mr. Sun will shine on us again when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, let your love seize us, Jesus. Oh, let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, please let your love seize us, Jesus. Oh, let us find sweet peace within. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Happiness begins when the mighty clouds of joy come rolling in. Oh, holy Jesus, won't you let your love seize us, Jesus? Oh, let us find sweet peace within.
That's B.J. Thomas with Mighty Clouds of Joy.
What a great song.
It just makes me feel good in the morning.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Well, it's 9:39 here
Hold
on
on
the East.
there, Stephen Mosaic from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
You know him?
Yeah, let's get an update, Steve.
Yeah.
See, I'm not getting all that. We're on a different feed.
Oh, I don't know where that come from. From my feed. Well, it might be from one of the country music feeds or something. One of the groups that I'm with.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm
But
not.
Stephen,
I'm not
send
getting.
us an update if you would. Type us some comments here and
Yes.
update us of what's happening in your area. And man, we
Yeah,
just
we'll-
really got to remember them folks down there.
No
See,
kidding.
I guess
Absolutely.
I just went through that flood in October.
Yeah, you
here.
did. Yeah.
So
You
I
sure
can.
did.
It wasn't as bad as the one down there, but I could surely understand how them people. I don't think we had the rescue mission that they have down there, and just sitting here thinking about it, I doubt we'll even see Bubba this week. He's supposed to be back from Florida on Wednesday,
Yeah.
but I'm sure Rubicon's going to scoop him up and head down there. So
Yeah. It's hard to tell. We might. He may come back for a day or two and get clothes. He probably doesn't have his
a
stuff.
couple boxes of hot dogs and all that stuff he cooks for them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're glad to have you here on Morning Sunshine. This is the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network. It's 9:40 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States of America. That means it's 6:40 a.m. on the West Coast of the United States of America, and somewhere in between in America you live, and we are having people listening all around the world. So far this morning, we've had people checking in from Ukraine, Russia, Latvia. We've had them from Morocco, Pakistan, and Egypt. Guatemala, Costa Rica, Colombia, El Salvador this morning. We're going to have to learn to speak Spanish.
And Los Angeles.
Well, and I love it when you tell everyone good morning.
You like
in all
that?
the different languages.
Okay.
I love that.
Well, that's cool. In Spanish this morning, buenos dias. And in German, it's guten Morgen. And in China, ni hao. In Japan, konnichiwa. In the Philippines, since it's nighttime over there, magandang gabi. And in West Virginia, howdy, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Howdy. That's my native tongue.
Hey, y'all.
Hillbilly is your native tongue.
Hillbilly is my native tongue. Speaking of my native tongue. Here's Jeremy Calloway with a remake of the old Ambrosia song, You're the Biggest Part of Me.
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon. Every day I'm realizing
That's Jeremy Calloway with The Biggest Part of Me. David Pack wrote that song and gave Jeremy permission.
I love that song. I've always loved it, and I love Jeremy's version.
Me too. Did you know that's me playing the synthesizer on there?
Is it? Oh, it doesn't surprise
Yeah, I never
me.
did tell you. I just happened to think about it. I was listening to it and I'm going, oh yeah, I remember I played that.
Cool.
Yeah. Had Wojtek Kochanek. How you like that name? Wojtek Kochanek was engineering.
That's awesome. I thought maybe that was Pat Coyle playing it.
No, that was me. Pat was playing the Fender Rhodes, and I played the synth. And Huntsinger played the big piano. And Kelly Back on guitar. Craig Nelson on bass.
That's awesome.
Didn't use acoustic on it. Bruce was out touring with Dolly. We cut that down at loud, and Wojtek engineered that. Yeah.
Do you get any Ree in the jukebox today?
I do. I got some Ree. I was getting ready to go and play Ree here.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I was just getting ready to do it. This is a song that I have it already queued up, ready to go. Here's a song that Ree did. It's a song about moms and their daughters. It's simply called Mom Song.
Little girl, you see her there, playing in her room, all dressed up for make-believe, in your high-heeled shoes. And as she twirls, you join her fun, spinning her around the wide hallway. And she leans in close to say, Mommy asked Jesus to make me beautiful like you today. 5 years old, you walk her to her first day of school. She grips your hand so tightly now, just to keep her cool. And as you reach your teacher's door, you bend down to hug her fears away. And she leans in close to say, Mommy asked Jesus to make me strong like you today. Now the years fly by and you start to wonder what's wrong with her now. 'Cause your teenage daughter is drowning in her pillow. You put your foot down and you try to explain that boy is just trouble. Hold out for the one who's worth the wait. And in a while she can say, Mom, let's ask Jesus to make me wise like you today. Then one June day, she's standing there, dressed all in white. She adjusts her veil and picks up the flowers, holds them tight. And Dad is waiting to take her to the man she is going to wed today. And she leans in close to say, Mom, I know it feels like I'm leaving you today, but you taught me to live and taught me to love. You taught me how to pray. And so I've asked Jesus to make me And so I've asked Jesus to make me
52 minutes past the hour. That is Ree Sanchez with Mom's Song.
Just beautiful.
Sure is, isn't it? You know, we cut that whole song with that whole orchestra from top to bottom. When we got down to the editing and got down to mixing, I just took everything but the piano out down to the last 16 bars or 12 bars.
Isn't that something? It just it doesn't need it.
It just she
lovely.
nailed that vocal so well. I thought, you know what, that stuff's just in the way. So we took it all out, all the way down to the very bottom line. But at any rate, you're listening to the Smallest Gifts Broadcasting Network. SGBN is the acronym. We're broadcasting or distributing we're broadcasting from Virginia Beach and distributed out of Manchester, England, going all the way around the world. And we have our Facebook page up where you can watch us. We've invited a lot of folks. We've had people dropping in this morning. I'd like to say hello to Deborah from Iowa who dropped in. It's the first time I've seen you, Deborah. If you've been in before, I just haven't seen you before. I don't always get to watch the page, but welcome. And also, I'd like to mention my niece, Ging Ging. That's her nickname.
I like that name, Ging Ging.
Yeah, Louisa is her name, but we call her Ging Ging. She's in the Philippines, and she is in a situation where she needs some help. We're going to do a GoFundMe page, and she needs to raise about $20,000. I told you wrong, Cindy. I was calculating that completely backwards. She needs to raise about $20,000 for open heart surgery. So I'm going to ask all our friends here to do what you can, and I'm going to ask you to post and share. But come Wednesday, we're going to put up a GoFundMe page and see if we can't raise enough money for Ging Ging to get her open heart surgery. I think there are enough people out there that have enough love in their heart to $5, $10, $20 at a time to raise $20,000 to save her life. She's a sweet, wonderful person, and she's my niece, and we're going to do what we can to help her. And that's awesome. That's just one of the things we'll do, and it'll just be an independent GoFundMe. It's not part of Smallest Gifts. That's not what we do. Our charter is specific, so it will just be an independent GoFundMe page that my family will put up, and I'll just share it here. And then if you want to contribute, you can, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. But we'll share it, and I'll put it out through my own social media. And if you'd like to get on board and help share that, we'd sure appreciate it. We'd like to get this handled for her. Again, you're listening to the Morning Sunshine program, and we've had fun. It's 5 minutes to the top of the hour already. It has flown by this morning.
Where's the time flown this
I don't know.
morning?
I see. Good morning, Cheryl Harmon.
There she is. Sherry's in there again.
Chris Taylor, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Chris, right here. Said, where's the angel? I'm right here.
The angel.
Wasn't he talking about me?
That's great, I guess. Well, you know what we're going to do right now? It's 5 minutes before the hour, and I'm going to play another song off the Forever Changed album that we haven't played on the program yet. But I had somebody asking me about some of the other stuff, and they're talking about, by the way, I was over on the Leon Russell page. There's a whole thread about 5 miles long about people get ready this morning from that. And so I've been chiming in there as talking to them, telling them I'm the producer, and they're asking all kind of questions. It's kind of fun. Here's a song that features Jason Crabb and T. Graham Brown. It's called Soul Talk. See what you think of this one.
It's happening, walk the walk. So tall. It's happening.
Heavenly walk the walk. Oh, way off in the woods where there ain't no noise. When I stop and listen, I can hear the voice. Peace beyond all understanding in a world that can be so demanding. Now my dark days are so much brighter. The load I bear is a little bit lighter, giving me a brand new start, speaking the language of my heart. Yeah, that's right. So tall, heavenly walk the walk. So tall, heavenly walk the walk. I got a so tall, gonna, so tall, heavenly walk the walk. Heavenly walk the walk. If I'm gonna talk, I better walk the walk. If you're gonna talk the talk, you better walk the walk. If you're gonna talk the talk, anybody can talk the talk, but you better walk the walk. Come on, come on, come on. It's heavenly walk the walk.
Children can have food, and I wish someone's give them, and someone's give them a family too. Because the kids need family.
Well, that's going to do it for us. It's
Thanks
10
for
o'clock
waking up
on the
with
East
us.
Coast.
Good morning.
That's
Good
about 2 hours
morning.
worth.
We've
Yeah.
talked
Well, you
the
guys
whole-
have a great day.
Good morning.
Everybody have
We
a
love
great day. Hey,
everybody.
you folks
We
down
love
in
all of
you
you.
folks down in Houston and that surrounding area, you're in our thoughts and prayers. We love you, and we're here for you, whatever we can do. And check us out on Wednesday.
That's right.
We'll see
Take
you
care,
back.
guys.
We'll see you back here again on Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock on the East Coast, somewhere o'clock wherever you are.
5 o'clock on the West Coast. Y'all have a good Monday.